Located on the southern tip of Hatteras Island, Hatteras Village is a historic maritime village that's both vibrant and welcoming. It's a place to relax and unwind, and to explore and discover the many one-of-a-kind places and incredible individuals that call the quaint community home. Hatteras Village offers world-class fishing and water sports opportunities, top-notch restaurants, unique shops, and some of the most pristine beaches in the entire United States. But there is one thing this picture-perfect seaside community is lacking: a paved multi-use pathway where pedestrians and bicyclists can travel safely from place to place without being forced to walk along the side of Highway 12, which runs through the village.
Everybody has always wanted a pathway in this village. They've always wanted safety for their children. They've wanted people to come to their business safely, leave safely. So in all of our community meetings over the last 15 years, Hatteras Village sidewalks have been the #1 priority for everybody in this community.
Visitors and residents of Hatteras Village won't have to face these dangers when traveling through town much longer. After 15 years of hard work and dedication put forth by the residents of Hatteras Village, their tireless efforts have paid off, and construction on the new Hatteras Village pathway is finally underway.
So many people worked on this project for the last 15 years. To actually finally be able to bring it to fruition is just amazing. It's paramount for Hatteras Village. I mean, everybody really pulled this project together. They saw our initial vision and they never stopped believing in the project.
The path the residents of Hatteras Village have had to travel to finally get this new multi-use pathway off the ground has not been a short or easy one.
In 2006, the Scenic Byway Committee recommended a conceptual plan for pathways in all Hatteras Island villages. We got that supported by the Dare County Board of Commissioners, by the Dare County Tourism Board, by the Albemarle Regional Planning Organization. Part of this story about this pathway in Hatteras Village is it takes a long time to put something in place.
Despite the obvious need and clear demand for the project, it has faced a variety of hurdles over the last decade and a half. The most significant hurdle was finding the funding necessary to construct the pathway. But the pathway's advocates within the Hatteras Village community refused to push the plans for the project aside. And they even went so far as having a bill passed by the North Carolina General Assembly in 2017, House Bill 415, that allowed a special election to be held within the Hatteras Village Community Center District.
So we started this project and we hit a lot of barriers. So in order to fund the project, we went to Commissioner Couch and we're exploring options, where he went to Representative Boswell and Senator Cook to change the enabling legislation for the Hatteras Community Center District that will allow us to fund a pathway, both construction and maintenance. Before, we were only allowed to use the funds for buildings and grounds. So this was a big hurdle removed.
Established in 1981, the Hatteras Village Community District is a special tax district within the Hatteras Village that is subject to a special ad valorem tax on all taxable real property within its borders. During the primary election that was held in May 2018, a pathways referendum was placed on the ballot, and it passed with a landslide 94% of the vote. Survey work for the project began the following spring as stakeholders continued to apply for grants and pursue the funding that was needed to give the Hatteras Village Pathway project the green light to move forward. In 2020, the project finally began to secure enough money to officially proceed with the project. This funding included approximately $342,000 that was collected through the village's designation as a special tax district, a $360,000 10-year no-interest loan through the Cape Hatteras Electric Cooperative from the U.S. Department of Agriculture Rural Economic Development Loan and Grant Program, an additional $10,725 from the Cape Hatteras Electric Cooperative to help fund the environmental assessment of the upcoming pathway, and finally, a $342,640 Tourism Impact Grant from the Dare County Tourism Bureau that was approved by the Dare County Board of Commissioners in December 2020. With the necessary funding finally in place, the Hatteras Village Pathway project was officially ready to get underway. In March 2021, surveying work began on the 3.1-mile-long pathway, which will stretch from the Hatteras Village northern entrance to an area near the ferry docks that are situated at the southern end of the village. In order to add an additional route, that pedestrians and bicyclists can take as they travel through town, the pathway will also include a loop along Eagle Pass Road. Construction of the Hatteras Village pathway is expected to take about 150 days, and Barnhill Contracting, whose crews are building the pathway, anticipates that the project will be completed by mid-August 2021.
Adding this pathway will make it even more pedestrian friendly. It's going to connect the businesses with the working waterfront, with vacation rental homes, with hotels, motels, and it also incorporates it with the North Carolina ferry system and the passenger ferry that gets you to Ocracoke.
Not just wearing a hat as a county commissioner, these are my people, this is my district, but also as a lifelong resident here. We pull together, we look after our own. You will not find a stronger sense of community on the Outer Banks than right here in this village. I'm absolutely proud of the effort that has gone into it. Everybody has bought into it. It's all hands on deck, and when you've got that kind of power behind you, you're unstoppable.
More than 15 years in the making, the Hatteras Village pathway is finally coming to fruition, and when it's officially completed later this summer, it will provide pedestrians and bicyclists with a safe route through the village. The creation of this highly anticipated pathway also serves as a stunning example of what can be accomplished when a community comes together for a common cause that will benefit the residents of this tiny seaside village, as well as the many visitors from around the world who come to the island to vacation in Hatteras Village every year.